South Korea has announced plans to launch its first domestically built spy satellite into space by the end of November to better monitor its neighbor and archenemy North Korea. Shielo Lee has the story.
In a few weeks' time, South Korea will deploy its own satellite in space to better respond to potential threats in partnership with American aerospace company SpaceX. SpaceX is set to launch the satellite from Vandenberg Military Base in the U.S. state of California on November 30, as reported by the Ministry of Defense in Seoul. South Korea will launch additional 4 spy satellites in space over the next 2 years. South Korea remains a nuclear-free country since 1991, and mainstream politicians managed to avoid advocating proliferation in the past 3 decades despite the idea of acquiring nuclear weapons, attracting attentions back home in the wake of rising global tensions. Both Seoul and Washington perceive North Korea's nuclear weapons and missile program as a threat, with the former heavily dependent on data from its American ally for military surveillance from space. Meanwhile, Russia is supporting North Korea's ambition to launch its own spy satellite for the 3rd time, as the two Koreas expand their military tensions up in the orbit. According to Seoul's National Intelligence Service, North Korea has supplied Russia with more than 1 million artillery shells since early August in exchange of Moscow's satellite technology, adding that chances of Pyongyang's success in sending a spy satellite to space for the 3rd time is high. Results of a public poll released last year showed that 71% of South Koreans believe that the country's military should acquire a nuclear weapon. Shielo Lee, Shielo Lee, Imnida, SMNI News, South Korea.